Welcome to the day 4 video. Today we're going to talk about how to solve equations with fractions. So when you see fractions, we're not going to freak out. We're going to just know that the fractions mean we're going to use our calculator to put the fraction in. Now, depending on which calculator you use, the method for putting a fraction in your calculator will look different. Either way, remember to always use parentheses when you're putting a fraction in the home screen. So how should it be done? Again, will be different based on your calculator. So the first option is to go to hit the alpha button, which is under the second button, and then hit y equals. You'll see this fraction menu pop up. The first one is n/d, so if you hit either the number 1 or just enter, that will bring up a fraction on your screen with two empty boxes. So you can fill in the numerator and then hit the down arrow to fill in the denominator. The other option is to have, if you have the newer calculator, you will need to go to the math function. So in the calculator, that's the math button under the alpha. And then you will see tabs along the top of the screen. The last one will be fractions. So you can either hit to the left or go all the way over to the right until you get to the fraction tab and then look for the n/d, just like this one option, and you will see the same thing as on the previous. The last one is you might have a shortcut in your calculator where you can simply press. If you press the alpha button and then the link right next to it where that X is, so you'll see link up above, if you press alpha and then this button, sometimes that's a shortcut to make a fraction show on your screen. That doesn't work for everybody, so one of these three ways should work. Whichever of those three ways is correct for you, you should write down so that you know how to put fractions into your calculator. Once you learn how to put the fractions in your calculator, the fraction part simply becomes a number, just like if I just had a number in front of the x in this first problem. It doesn't become as intimidating. Then it's simply following the same rules for solving equations that we did in class yesterday. So I'll start by putting the line down the middle, and then I look for anything that can be combined on either side of the equation. There is nothing on either side that can be combined, so now I look for x to be on the one side of the equation. Since there's only one x here, the 2/3 x, I am good with that step. So I need to get the -19 away from this term, so I'm going to add the 19 to both sides. Then I get 2/3 x equals 26. Now to get x by itself, the 2/3 is connected to the x with multiplication. Again, we're thinking of the 2/3 as just a number. Yes, it's a fraction, but it's connected to the x with multiplication. So to undo that multiplication, I'm going to divide. So when we divide by the 2/3, remember it's very important to type that into your calculator as a fraction so that your calculator knows that what you want to do is divide 26 by the fraction 2/3, not divide 26 by 2 and then divide that by 3. Because remember that PEMDAS tells us to treat those equal. So you need to make sure that you put 26 divided by the 2/3 fraction. If you do that, you will get your answer, x equals 39. Now again, remember, if you did not get this answer, you need to be sure that you typed in into the calculator the fraction correctly. If you didn't type it in as a fraction, you will not get the correct answer. So again, just remember that however your calculator handles fractions, and if you have the older version of the calculator, that will simply be that you put the fraction in parentheses. It tells your calculator that that division needs to happen first, because remember, parentheses happen first when we think of order of operations. So putting the fraction in parentheses is the same as typing it in as a fraction. Okay, that's it for this video. I'm going to stop there, and we will continue working with fractions in class tomorrow. Have a good night.